Hi everyone. This video is maybe a little bit of a departure from some of the videos I've been posting on Facebook lately, but this video is going to be about clearing your pendulum. In my animal energy certification training program, we do use pendulums, bless you, gesundheit to my Maltese Carly. We do use pendulums in the healing system. So I have a detailed healing system. And so I personally, right now, I have my, my pendulum here. Pendulums are made of all different sorts of materials. These are the Cadillac of pendulums. They're pulsar pendulums. And I wouldn't be without one. I've coveted this one since the early 90s. And we sell them if anybody's interested in getting one. They truly are the Cadillacs of pendulums. And these pendulums do not need clearing, but others do. And just to be clear, I don't usually lift my arm up. I usually keep my arm straight and a 90-degree angle at my elbow. But if I hold it up, it's just for the purposes of this video. I like to gather up the string of my pendulum and hold it fairly close for ease in dowsing. So anyways, the reason we would clear a pendulum is when we get a new one, you know, pendulums can, depending on the material, have picked up energies from wherever they've been, whoever made them, the stores they've been in, whoever's handled them. And then when we use them for healing, as I do in my animal energy certification training program, we can pick up energies on them that we would like to release. So there's many different ways to clear a pendulum, and I'm going to share a couple with you. And I just realized I forgot my list. I had a little list for myself, but that's okay. I've been doing this long enough. I know mostly. So one way you can clear them is by leaving them in the sunlight for a number of hours. That could be even on a windowsill or out in your backyard or on a rock or whatever works for you. Obviously, if it's a really expensive pendulum like this one, you want to be careful where you leave it. You can leave it out in the moonlight. You know, if there's more moonlight, it's better, you know, and if you're not in a really cloudy place. I lived in Vancouver Island years ago, and there wasn't much moonlight there. I barely ever even saw full moon. But around here in the Sedona area, there's lots of moonlight. So that's another way. Another way is you can get a bowl of sea salt, just sea salt, not water, and you can immerse your pendulum in that sea salt overnight. And in the morning, take it out and throw away the sea salt. You don't want to reuse it because it's already absorbed energies from that pendulum. One of my favorite ways is to just lay it on a piece of selenite. Selenite has amazing clearing abilities, so you would just put the selenite down, lay your pendulum on top of it. It's not staying very well here in my hand, and leave it there, you know, for a number of hours or overnight. You can use a smudge stick, like a sage stick, and light it and hold the stick like in your one hand and allow the smoke from the sage stick or the smudge stick to, you know, encompass your pendulum. The other thing is I don't usually burn that because it bothers my sinuses and it bothers my dogs, but I have a sage spray, so you can actually just, you know, provided your pendulum can take water. You know, obviously if it can't, I wouldn't do this, but you can just literally spray it. You can spray a soft cloth. If it's let's say you had a crystal pendulum that can't take water, you could spray a soft cloth with this and just rub it around your pendulum. And lastly, something you can do is sound. So if you have any kind of, you know, sacred sound maker, I have this tingshaws, so I could just, you know, and I would do it close to the pendulum. I don't have 3 hands, but I would have the pendulum sitting on a table, and I would clang these and, whoops, have the sound, you know, permeating the pendulum. You could use a crystal bowl, you could use a drum, whatever. You can also use your intention. So you could actually hold your pendulum in your hand, cover it with your other hand. I'm just going to move my hands down for comfort. And you could actually, you know, say a prayer that my little Yorkie puppy is eating the leather string of my tingshaws. They will be individuals shortly if I don't be careful. So you would hold your pendulum and you could just say, you know, I now clear any and all non-beneficial energies from my pendulum. And I ask that my pendulum be, you know, pure, be the, represent the light of truth, be pure, whatever it is you want to say. You can, I would decide what you want to say in advance. I don't do it that way often. I usually use the selenite, honestly, but when I'm using one of my other pendulums, but this pendulum is, this doesn't pick up any energies. This is actually also a personal protection device when it's not being used as a pendulum. So I hope that helps you. I hope it gives you some tips for working with your pendulum. And if you'd like to learn more about healing the animals, check out my free webinar in my free Connect on Demand, How to Master Animal Communication webinar, because I get into the healing side as well as the communication side there. And that leads to a more in-depth program that we have, if you so desire, that really goes deep with how to heal the animals. So abundant blessings, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the video. Bye-bye.